Shalom, all praise Yahweh Shemir, Shabbat Shemir Kakadash. This relates to quick news. The U.S. sends defensive weapons to Ukraine. President Trump was talking with Ukraine. I believe the Prime Minister said that was the best conversation since the start. Judge block allegedly racial profiling by ICE relating to cases. Trump announces the 30% tariffs on Mexico and EU. Of course, you had a delay relating to these tariffs. Deadline now extended relating to August 1st will go into effect. I believe he's supposed to talk with Brazil Prime Minister too as well. And you're going to, of course, have reciprocal tariffs being thrown back. And Grover Norquist says tariffs. What is tariffs? Attacks. That's what tariffs are, attacks. And who they affect? The consumers. That's by Grover Norquist. So these tariffs, and you notice in relating to increased prices, foods and different goods, stores. So these tariffs are what they are, attacks, which is going to tax consumers buying certain goods, man, such as food and etc. All right. Now this report here relates to velocity report, video report I was looking at. This talks about the DF-5B, which is a China intercontinental missile, man. It's a long-range missile, man. I'm going to read some of the characteristics of this missile. The DF-5B, which is an intercontinental missile, is range 12,000, accuracy 500 meters, launch weight 83 tons. Now, according to that report, it's increasing its yearly or annually warheads, 80 to 100 annually, man. So by 5 years, 1,000, and by 2030, it should be equivalent to their adversary, their competition, which would be Russia and U.S. as far as double weight in size, man. China's building nuclear warheads, 80 to 100 warheads annually, and by 5 years they want to get up to 1,000. And China doesn't advertise what they have, man. They're showing pretty much flexing their muscle right now, because they're sending a message, whether indirectly, directly, regarding their proudness militarily to the U.S., man. You know what I mean? And it could be relating to these different things that's going on. So they're flexing their muscle relating to in the situation with Taiwan. I'm gonna read it. It says, Beijing message. Challenge us and face nuclear retaliation. Now this is a video report I was going into, you know what I mean? And pretty much without directly, indirectly, they're saying that in regards to the Taiwan situation or support and just overall, man. So they're showing their muscles. The scripture talks about Joel talk about relating to let me get it. Joel 3. Because China's, they're not going to advertise what they're truly capable of. They keep it behind closed doors. Also, they're building up relating to financially and militarily, man. You know what I mean? They also, there's reports they're selling off U.S. investments, equity investments. You know what I mean? They've been doing I believe from 2012 to about 2025, 13 years, about 44%. It was up to something trillion. Now it's down to 757 billion. So they've been selling off little by little in the past 13 years, man. You know what I mean? And of course, their goal is to relate to de-dollarization, breaking the dependency financially from the U.S. You know what I mean? So, and these other nations, if they take suit, that could be catastrophic economically here in this country, man. You know what I mean? Three and 9. Proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the mighty men draw near, let them come up. Plow yourself, assemble yourselves, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hook into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong. So these countries that look or seem weak in the past, they're becoming stronger, man. You know what I mean? They're building up. China's goal is to be that superpower. Russia's goal is to be their superpower respectfully, because it's a competitional thing relating to these countries, man. So one wants to be the better than the other, man. So militarily, China wants to even supersede Russia and U.S., which is its competition. You know what I mean? So they're increasing up their military armament and weaponry, man. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down. Let the heathen be awakened. Come into the valley of Yahweh Shabbat, for he has judged. The Megiddo is a mountain relating to the mountain of troops. Sometimes the mountain represents governments as well, powers. Together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened. Come up to the valley of Yahweh Shabbat. For there I will sit to judge the heathen round about. Put ye the harvest, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get ye down, for the press is full. Fast overflowing, the wickedness is great. Multitude, valley of decision. The day of the Lord is near, or nigh, into the valley of decision. So that's what's happening. So these nations are going to be gathered up to a certain point to be judged ultimately, man. Ezekiel 38 talks about these nations banding together respectfully and guarding to the ones they're respectfully going to guard to, man. Ezekiel 38. And you're seeing that. You're seeing the powers building up. China, for example, that DF-5B has a capability to hit anything in the United States, man. And China is confident it can. And they said, challenge us, we will use nuclear retaliation. That's what they're saying, man. And it's 200, and that report says 200 times more powerful than Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which means that atomic bomb that dropped at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. 200 times powerful. And you know what damage it did there, man. Even the effect's still there. So that relates to that report. So U.S., China is warning Washington without really warning them, but showing, you know what I mean, that they're capable too, you know what I mean. So U.S. probably will have, that will raise concern with U.S. as far as beginning to increase relating to their military. That's probably why they're spending more money, adding more money to their surplus relating to military, because they know the adversaries, Russia and China, are always building their military, building their weaponry, you know what I mean? So they have to keep up with the competition in a matter of speaking. Let's get let me see what else on the news. So Beijing's message challenged us and face nuclear retaliation. And for example, that continuous support with Taiwan and overall, man. You know what I mean? And it could be from economical aspect, retaliatory type aspect as well. You know what I mean? Showing that, look, you know, pretty much China is saying without saying, we're not going to be bullied. We're not going to be intimidated. And probably Russia's thinking the same way. You know what I mean? Scripture talks about, let me see what other scripture. That was Velocity Video Report. I got that information from. This is something quick. That was this example, you know what I mean? Relating to that DF-5B. They had video displaying pretty much its capabilities. It said it can reach here, capable in the United States. And there was an interesting comment says, in war, no nation is untouchable. I'm going to say that again. And it also said in that report, in the comment, it says, no nation in war, no nation is untouchable. So any nation is capable of severe collateral damage and so forth, whether it's here or abroad. And that being said, this is some quick news. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace and find none. 7:25 of Ezekiel. 11:14. The first woe has come, and the second and third woe thereafter. The second woe has come. The second woe is past, and the third woe cometh quickly. Woe means destruction. Part of that destruction is the missiles, man. When they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, man. Because you see more talking about relating to World War III. It's not something that's fantasy or a non-reality. It's a reality because you see more talks about it. Videos about these respected countries and their military capability. So it's a real thing, man. And that being said, I hope this helps relating to information. This is Zayal Shalom.